All right, now we can pop this out legally. And pop this out. No, forget that. To this SD card. I'm Mike Dimas, and this is Pinball Shenanigans. All right, so today I thought I would pull the trigger and swap displays. So South Park is going to get a Pin2dmd, and Transformers LE is going to get orange dots. And partly because right now, Transformers that I got came with Pin2dmd. But as it turns out, there's no color files that exist. So it just goes like that are available to download. So you just get the default colors, which really is very rainbowy and kind of, it's better. It's probably better than orange dots, but it's just, I don't know. Here, I'll hit the start button and show you. But yeah, you know, like pink Decepticons, rainbow Autobots. So if there was a color file available for Transformers, then I would obviously have that, but this is just the default. So there are color files for South Park, so we're gonna try and swap displays. First time working with Pin2dmd, and see what happens. So first thing I'm gonna do is just make sure that the high voltage section of Transformers is still good to go. So all I'm gonna do is pop in this display and plug it in, disconnect the Pin2dmd, and see if yeah, that works. So give me 1 moment, I'll be right back. Okay, so here is the Pin2dmd, and here is the original high voltage plasma display. This is a Vishay. Vishay and Cherry are the most common manufacturers. Now this display I know works. I think I pulled it out of maybe Pirates of the Caribbean or something else, I forget, but I think it was just starting to gas a little bit, but it's good for testing purposes. So I'm going to disconnect the 12 volt and 5 volt. Is it 12 volts only? Yeah, just 12 volts and ground for the power to the board, and then disconnect the ribbon cable for the old data. All right, and then find the connector. At least it's still here, which is nice. They left it, whoever swapped it. It's always good to leave it there, because if you take it out and someone ever wants to swap back, and then the connector never ends up back in the machine when they sell it, you'd have to try and find one of these, which is, I'm sure, doable. It's much easier that it's there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take off this tape, connect that, and we'll turn on the machine and see if the display power supply is working okay. Now, if you wanted to be extra cautious, you could actually, you know, not even connect this and just check the voltages at each of the pins here. And the voltages are posted right here. No, they're not. But they're posted online on PinWiki. But yeah, you got, I think, a plus 110, minus 110 volts. There's a 12 volt, a 68 volt, a 5 volt, and the ground, or something like that. Make sure all your voltages are good before you plug it in. If you think you suspect your display your display board might be bad, and you don't want to blow up a perfectly good display, probably very unlikely. But and then when testing, be careful that nothing is grounding. This is very precarious, but this is Pinball Shenanigans for, you know, that's just the way this operation goes, shenanigans style. All right, let's see what blows up. I'll watch for the fuses as well. Let's pan out. Where's the display fuse? Oh, this just this display fuse here. If something's a little awry, then we might see a little bit of explosion there, but I highly doubt it. I suspect everything's good here. Look at that. All right, so that means all I have to do is install the hardware, like these brackets, make sure I've got everything I need, and I'm going to, just the way that the Pin2dmd mounts is different, I think, than normal displays, so I'm going to have to figure out what it is that's different, and because I see the screw threads coming up through that way, they're not normally coming up like that, I don't think. So if I had, do I have another stern to compare to that's same era? No, not quite. Yeah, so I'm just gonna have to figure out how to install the hardware. Hopefully it's all there. If not, I have my old Tron LE display hardware from when I upgraded to color display on that. So if needed, I'll bust out the Tron LE hardware box and go from there. But in the meanwhile, I'm gonna start taking stuff apart. I think that the power connector for the Pin2dmd is somewhere, yeah, there it is, right there. So I'm gonna disconnect that and feed that out of the neck, because that goes all the way to the back, and remove Pin2dmd now. Now here's a look at the front of the Pin2dmd, my first time checking that out. It looks like it's like not as wide as the stern LED displays, but it's got to be the same. What is it, 32 by 128 pixels? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 31, 32, yep. So don't worry, I'm not going to do the 128. 32 by 128, standard size. So yeah, see how the screws go in from the bottom here? That's not the way that plasma displays are typically mounted. So I'm going to disassemble the Pin2dmd from the brackets and then figure out how to install the old plasma again. I've done it so many times, but it's usually in reverse. I'm usually uninstalling plasma so that I can install color DMD, but I just have to figure it out. Let's see. I don't think I'm going to get that one-handed. One moment. Yeah, there was no way I was going to get that one-handed. Okay. Oh, shite. That is actually a splitter for the other mods in the machine. There's the speaker panel that's lit up. Okay, so I have to probably decipher this here. Which one is the color? I mean, Pin2dmd. Okay, I might have to pop the hood. I'll be back. Okay, I see now the Pin2dmd. This is the power connector, but it comes with a splitter on it so that you can still have access to a 12-volt connection, which was occupied by the speaker lights, but now the speaker lights are plugged back direct into the original plug there, and then I just got to fish this out, but it doesn't want to fish out very well. This is lots of stuff in the way, so I'm going to wait till everything's installed and my machine isn't covered with all this, so I can lift the hood and then fish that wire out. So now got to figure out the hardware installation. Okay, in the shenanigans fashion, I started grabbing that display and attaching it to the brackets. Then was like, wait a minute, that's the display that is gassing out. That one is not going in there, silly. So I went up and grabbed my Tron LE display, and check this out. It's effing ready to effing go. B to the double O, homeboy, whatever that means. B to the double O M, boom, yeah, something like that. So I don't even need to finagle with, so that is how it goes. Just for reference, display, spacers, bracket, then the standoffs, which I thought I was missing, and the plastic, which I thought I was missing. But now, all I have to do is plop that on there, friggin' screw it in, and plug it in. And it even comes with a fancy little padding here. So if I have to remove it, I will. But that's, I think, to keep all the light inside. So one moment, and I'm going to install this. I'll test it out first, actually. Let's do that. All right, I plugged in my Tron LE display. I don't see any reason why that shouldn't work friggin' perfectly, which it does. All right, so now all I got to do is screw in the bolts holding the bracket, or screws, of which there are 8, and then remember to connect the 2 ground straps that are 1 on each side. So, and as you can see, I plugged in my LED speaker panel lights back into the 12-volt connector in the front, so that is all in well. And here's the other ground I must install on the other side. So, pretty sweet, pretty friggin' sweet. All right, let's turn off the flash. Throw on my glare guard. You say that 3 times fast. Okay, here we go. All is installed, and here we go. Yeah, that is pretty friggin' crispy. Let's do this. Hey, now we got orange Decepticons and orange Autobots. I'm not saying that's any better. I'm just saying, hey, why have a colored Pin2dmd in a machine that doesn't have color ready for it? So, I gotta pop the hood, grab my power connector, fish this guy out of here, and then see if we can figure out how to install that in South Park. All right. And just for fun, this is the Color DMD page here. Installation instructions. This is not going to necessarily help, but the Transformers LE is a SAM, and you know, South Park is a Data East/Sega. But there's a lot of similarities between these two. But these Data East Segas have, I believe, all their own individual display boards mounted to the back side of the display. So it's going to be a little bit different in the installation process here. I've got the display folded down here. So as you can see, we've got this display as well as the display power supply board we saw in Transformers LE. Goal now is basically to just take it all apart and stuff the Pin2dmd right there. Oh, I got a question. I believe in order to change the software, first of all, on the Pin2dmd, we want to update the software for the whole operating system itself, because it's running on an older operating system. So we're going to update that first. But we need to access this. Okay, it's on the very edge. That is where we put in our SD card for updates. Question is that accessible if we were to have it installed? I would say the answer is, you know, it's going to be basically right there. Yeah, that's smart that they put it right there, because then you can just push it in right there and then access the little buttons for changing displays and stuff, changing settings right here. So it might be a little tight to get in there and press buttons, stick in an SD card, but I think we can get away with installing the Pin2dmd in there and still have access to all of the things that we need to have access to. So there's really doesn't look like there's much skill behind this. All you have to do is take it apart, put it back together again, but swap displays. So I think I won't bore you with that whole process because there's really nothing to it. So I'll be back and hopefully everything will be swapped okay. Don't slide all the way down. I changed my mind. I think it might be a good idea to do all the software stuff first. Make sure that all works before going through the trouble of installing all the hardware, although I did remove 4 screws so far, is to make sure that everything is good before I physically install it. So I've raised the hood. All right, here we go. And sure enough, there is a 12-volt connector. Boom. That this will get connected to. All right. Wait, that's what do you call that? Male-to-male action? This is more like it. So I will connect that, feed this up. Or wait, yeah, I have to in order to get my ribbon cable connected as well. Okay, this will be kind of fun. So I'm going to connect this, feed it up through the neck, and then meet you on the top side. Okay, here we are on the top side. Here is the connector fed up through the neck for the power, and that will go right to this 12-volt DC power supply connector here. There's another one of these. Oh, that's 5-volt. Okay, not really sure what that's all about. So I plug this in here. Voila. And then I was just going to pop the ribbon cable from here to here. But this guy is only like a 4-incher, so I'm gonna have to just reorient this like way up here, or I think I might have one of these ribbon cables that's nice and long. It'll be kind of easier to work with just for testing purposes, and I guess for demonstration purposes I'll go see if I can dig out a longer ribbon cable. I'll be right back. All right, look what I found. That'll be much easier to work with. So all we have to do is remove the ribbon cable from this display board. Make sure red is on the left, pin 1, red stripe, pin 1. That is the universal ribbon cable rule, I think. On Pinball it is anyway. You can have actually probably pin 1. You can probably reverse both ends and it would be fine, but okay, so that's like so. And then, does it say where pin 1 is over here? It says J2. 22.0.22.0.22. Why doesn't it say? Okay, so nothing can really go wrong. This is just data, right? I got you all scared now. So I'm just going to plug it in and hope it's right. If it doesn't work, we'll reverse this, see what happens. But this is going to be kind of fun right now. See what I mean? Now I have like all this space to work with. Otherwise I would have been kind of cramming up and all over there and shorting stuff out and blowing stuff up. Okay, so this, I'm going to guess, is going to be the default color, which is the rainbow style, if everything works. So let's give it heck. Come on, baby. Oh yeah. Okay, we got action. We got action. Let's reverse this around. All right, where's my South Park? Oh, okay, it's on Transformers file, so it can't display South Park. But so far so good. Now I guess we're gonna have to learn how to mess with the software. Okay, that is one of the rare occasions where I'm gonna actually have to read instructions, and I have briefly. So I'm gonna have to find an SD card. Hey, I thought I read that it comes with an SD card, so maybe it did, but someone sniped the SD card. I'm sure I have one. And then I gotta format it, like smaller size, the better, I read. You don't need no 12 terabyte friggin' SD card. So I'm gonna go bind an SD card, and then I think I can pop it into my new laptop. I've never done this before. Do I got a space in my laptop? Is that it? Yeah. All right. Well, I'll let you know what happens. I'll be right back. All right. I think that port might actually be SD if you have the SD adapter, which I found. So that's pretty sweet. This is holding a 2 gig little guy there. Pop that in there and pop this in here and see what happens. Hey, we got action. So let's turn off the flash. So basically you just got to copy the file, place the memory card into the display, power cycle of the game, boom, done. So here's the file right here. By the way, this is cdn pin2dmd.ca. That is where you get the information. Okay, so I was trying to open the Pin2dmd file. It wasn't letting me. It prompted me to download a file viewer, which I did. That got me nowhere whatsoever, so I realized I probably don't need to do that in the first place. So here is the SD card. What I'm going to do, it's obviously got some crap on it, because, wait a minute, 931 gigs, and it was, how big was it? Forget that. To this SD card. Okay. Do I know what I'm doing? No. Will I be successful in the end? Yes. 2 gigabytes. Right? Okay, so let's get this back on here. This is a whole lot of shenanigans right here. I'm starting to wonder why I'm even recording. But okay, let's pop this back in. Ding dong a ding. Okay, so I was just trying to confirm for sure that the file that I'm trying to format is correct. I don't want to screw something up, so I was like searching around the files. I found some photos. I'm like, oh, okay, that's my mother's carpet, so I guess this was her SD card. And then I open up file number 2 of 3. There is shenanigander yours truly from many moons ago. How do you like the hair? I think I was maybe early 20s in that photo, but yeah, so that was entertaining. Well worth the struggle for that reward there. Format complete. There we go. Close. Now I just gotta grab the Pin2dmd file, which I gotta find. I'll be right back. Alright, I found the Pin2dmd file, so you don't need to double click on this and open it. I don't think. 326 kilobytes. I think all you need to do is just drag it and drop it into your SD card file. There it is. Eject SD card. Ah. What does this say? So ad for pinball parts. I have a box full of stuff I can send you pictures. Alright, cool. That's Peter Bellick. Alright, now we can pop this out legally. And pop this up. No! I was just about to say, let's not do that again. I was probably going to label this like video as like a how to install Pin2dmd video, but I mean, I could probably edit it down to like 2 minutes, but I am not gonna. So if you're watching this for this purpose, I hope you enjoy the shenanigans along the way, because that is the way that I roll. Alright, SD card insertion coming up. Now, which way? Down? Must be down. Because these contacts gotta connect to something, and I don't think that something is on the top of this metal piece, so it's gotta be down. That's how I reason and logicalization complete. Okay, that snapped in, clicked in nice. So apparently I just got to turn it on. Is that what happens? Here we go. Come on, baby. Ooh, update. Did I do something right? Look, 4.24, up from 311. Sweet. All right, that part is complete. Hey, I did something. Yay. Okay, time for South Park. That's the most exciting part. Okay, this is the part I knew that would take me a little bit to figure out. I have formatted the SD card, stuck it back in the laptop, and I'm on the vpuniverse.com website. That is where you're going to find all the color files. I'm browsing around, and I did find what looks to be a pretty complete version of colored files by Hazardous for South Park. So I couldn't really find where to download it, but I did see there's a change log and updates as recently as March 27, 2020. We're, what year is it? 2021, December, or something like that. So it's not that long ago that there was an update. It's pretty complete, apparently. 9 reviews. Everybody's very happy with it, and then 8 comments. People are very happy. Sweet, thanks. Can't wait to give it a go. Great to have it colorized. Then I finally found it. I need to create an account or sign in to download this, so that is what I'm going to do, and it's vpin 1.2.0, which you can use in your virtual pinball machine as well, apparently. So I am going to create a file and create a account and download the file, and then I will be right back. There it is. It's official. Shenanigander is the newest VPin member. And now look, I have the option to download the file. Alright, so that's probably going to be pretty quick. Download begins in 41 seconds. Okay, I'll be right back. And then alt color, and then spark, and then there it is. Look at that. There's the 2 files that I need. All right, finally. Okay, I copied and pasted those 2 files to the desktop. Now I'm gonna move them over to the SD card as such. Okay, so I read a little more instructions. It didn't really say anything about configuration buttons in terms of installing the color files, so I don't know if just popping this in is gonna do all it needs to do. Alright, enough talking. I guess this is the moment of truth. We're going to turn on the machine and see what happens. I don't know if it's automatic or what, if we need to configure some stuff, but here we go. Virtual pinball. Is that what I want? Okay, so apparently to access the configuration menu, we need to hold this button, number 1, button 1, BTN1, like so. Hold it, and then hit the reset button. Oh, something's happening. When you see config menu, you let go. Okay. Color palette, PAL storage, brightness enhancer, Wi-Fi, test input, display video. Can I go back? Default settings. Uh-oh, I don't want to exit. Oh, I exit. Okay, so you remember when it said virtual pinball at the bottom? I had to go in and change the manufacturer, so I've scrolled to Data East Sega. Apparently reading in the instructions when you're a shenanigander doesn't even help. It's pretty bold and clear that the file names need to be that. I already said that. FSQ and PAL. Well, that is not FSQ. So, that is probably my problem. Let's go rename here. That's why I was dreading doing this, because I knew I always get hung up on the software side of things. The hardware, not so bad, that's pretty easy. But the third moment of truce. Come on, baby. Really? Why? Why? Alright, so I thought I would reset the display back to factory settings because I thought that might help. It didn't. Alright, I put the firmware back on the SD card, stuck it back in the display. Let's see if I'm happy again. Hey, there we go. Oh. What? That didn't seem all that happy. What happened? Okay. So it says virtual pinball. Just by default. Okay. So that makes me think that, yeah, just for whatever reason, the South Park color files are what my problem is. I'm doing something wrong there. Okay. Alright, I'm back to square one again. How many times can you be at square one? How many squares are there in the number one space? That's a good question. Alright, we all know what the definition of insanity is, which is doing the same exact thing over again and expecting a different result. And that's what I'm about to do. I put those same two files for the color files that were on my desktop back on the SD card, stuck it in, and now we're going to try this again. I have zero faith that anything's going to change. Oh, okay. Alright, so I kind of started from scratch with the two color files. I renamed the one as I'm supposed to. It does say it will make it potentially unstable. So I'm a little wondering if that is part of the problem, but I have zero faith that anything's going to change, but here we go again. Yeah, okay, same thing, yeah. Alright, so I am going to reach out to my buddy Dino Zorbas, who is the Canadian distributor for these things, and see what he can tell me about this. I feel like I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing, just not getting the results I want, so hopefully at some point in the next 6 hours I will have success. Okay, I had to go out there for a little bit, but I am back, and it's a little bit late now. It's 11:30. Jamie's passed out, so I snuck down because I feel like I might be able to have some success. So I reached out to Dino, who is a supplier of these Pin2dmds, as I mentioned probably 1,000 times. And I also made a post in the VP Universe forum. But Dino got back to me while I was out and basically told me two things that are of very utmost importance. One, I probably have my ribbon cable on backwards because I'm not even getting any animation whatsoever, so we're going to swap the ribbon cable. And B, the files that I were trying to upload were for virtual pinball, not real pinball. So the way it works is basically the creator of the person who spends hundreds of hours colorizing the dots, if they are, you donate to them and you get the files, like whatever, you kind of tip them for their services. And so in this particular case, Dino made an exception because I'm shenanigander level 10 to the max, that he sent me the files. Don't expect that treatment from him. And I sent him the money directly, and he's going to forward on the donation to that the guy who created those files. I forget his name right now. What was it? I said it earlier. Anyway, I forget. So I have the files. I sent my donation. Dino, thank you very much for the tech support on the fly. And here it is. Those are the files. Probably. I mean, the proper files, hopefully. So, hopefully for the last time here, I formatted this friggin' SD card like 7 times now. There it is. Okay. First thing we're going to do. He said I might have to reformat the display. But yeah, like it probably says somewhere in some instruction that, you know, which way the ribbon cable goes. But if you don't have animation, your cable's in probably wrong. I just thought I needed the files in order to get the animation. Otherwise, I would have probably done that earlier. So first of all, this could be pretty cool. We could actually be seeing animation here. Oh, well, we're not going to see animation without, whoa, the power bar being turned on. Bing! And bing! Turn on some light too. Okay. I have faith! Hey, look at that! Alright, alright, alright! The ribbon cable is on backwards. Yeah, that's right. Hey, look. Those transistors are like almost touching. Why are you guys... Oh, you know why? I told you before that there's so much crap in this area. When you put up your display, maybe something's pushing on those, because I thought I moved those before, but we don't want those to short. Anyway. Oh, whoa, what? We got some color there. It was just like the generic default. Hey, yeah, we were playing 5-player games on Saturday, by the way. Isn't that cool that you can do that? All right, so where's my thingamajiggy? Okay, here it is. This is the final piece of the puzzle. And there we go. Now I don't have as much faith in this actually working, but we'll find out shortly. Okay, it's working. Boys and girls, I think we have color. I want to see all the characters. It's a little bit... Okay, no, that's cool. Yeah. Okay. We're going to have to start a game to really get into the action, but so far, it's looking friggin' cool. All right, here we go. Let's start a game. Oh, wait. The playfield's up, so it's not going to love that, but we're going to do it anyway. Oh, cool. Look at that. I got to hit the shooter lane switch. Cool. I think because my coin door is open, that's what it is. The balls aren't kicking in to the shooter lane. High voltage is disabled. That's about all I'm going to be able to do. If I close the door... Alright. Let's see what happens. There we go.
Hello there, children.
Hey, Dad.
I'm going to hit some switches. Oh, cool.
You want some cheesy poops, too?
Some cheesy poops?
Things are under control.
I don't remember her. Why is she...
I'm not gay.
Hi, guys.
What? Why are you firing solenoid?
What are we doing here? Okay.
It's got it right for it.
What else can I hit without...
Hey, it's Mr. Inky.
Okay, that's freaking cool. I'm gonna open the coin door before it starts getting really loud and obnoxious. I wonder if the service menu's been colorized. Not so much. It's all one color. But, okay, so it took some effort, energy, and many fails. But I knew in the end I would figure it out sooner or later, just with the help of some fellow shenaniganders. Yeah, so whoever created this, thank you. I mentioned your name before I forget it. Shout out to you. Dino, thank you for tech support and Pin2dmd action. Shout out to you. And yeah, so that'll be the end of this. It was probably pretty painful to watch, and even more so to go through it. But not really. It was kind of half the fun trying to figure it all out. Hopefully, if I ever have to do that again, install color on a Pin2dmd, then I will know better this time. But there it is. Color DMD, or just Pin2dmd is installed. Oh, I guess technically I gotta actually do the hardware side of things, but that's literally removing screws and standoffs and putting them back together again. So that won't be a problem. I guess don't know if I have time tonight. You know what? Maybe I will. Maybe I will, because it would be nice to wrap up this tonight. And yeah, so give me 5 minutes and I should be able to swap this in. Okay, after struggling for about 15 minutes and literally losing all 4 of my spacers and 1 screw in the cabinet or playfield or subway somewhere, I decided to just take the damn thing out and put it on the bench. Because you gotta put these spacers on, then you gotta put the bracket on, then you gotta put the screw in, but this is threaded here, so I was trying to do it all on the machine and I was failing miserably. Sorry, should have had that zoomed out a bit. Yeah, so just take the display out, do it on the friggin' bench. I literally have to, these are the 4 spacers from Transformers, I guess. Yeah, Transformers, because the Tron ones came with the display there. So I have to go literally find all the other 4 spacers. I think they could be in the subway, playfield. I don't know. They're gonna have to turn up because I don't want them screwing crap up. But yeah, this is not taking 5 minutes at all. All right, I got it all situated. Everything's all tight. I think there was originally a post here, but it was a little long, so I just put in a nut, made sure that was all happy. Like so. All right, so now is a good time to clean the backside of your display plastic before you install. All right, that took me a little bit longer than anticipated, but I'm just tired and kind of wanted to wrap this up. Thought I would be able to slip down quickly, but that plan didn't go quite as planned. So everything is connected. Got my ground straps back on. My high voltage is disconnected. New power going in. And I think I got my display cable on properly, but I don't really know for sure. Whoa. Oh, isn't that nice? Wait. Okay, here we go. Is there something fishy going on here? It looks like a whole lot of space in there. Did I do something wrong? I don't think so. I don't remember it looking like that on Transformers, like with a giant gap in there. What did I do wrong this time? Did I have the brackets on backwards or something? Let me see. Oh my god. Okay. Let's try and set that down like so. We're going to be looking at it like that, but still. I don't know. Is it even going to work? No, I screwed something up. What? Let's try that again. Oh, okay, so I probably have my ribbon cable on backwards. Okay, one moment, I'll be back. All right, fingers crossed. Nope, fingers are not crossing. Okay, I'm missing something, hold on. All right, well, turns out, I think my ribbon cables were fine, but look at this. This connector here is touching the metal plate. And when I removed it, the display popped up. So, I don't know, maybe I might have just shorted the 12 and 5 volts together. So I probably screwed something up, but not exactly sure why that is like that. Well, this is turning out to be the most shenanigans event ever. Where did I have business cards? I need to I need something non-conductive, some piece of paper, plastic. How about my Papa or a C&E badge? There we go. All right, we're gonna slide that in between so that there's no shorting, and see if I broke everything. Here we go. Yeah, look at that. I got fuzzies now. So, I think I broke it. Still got color though. Yay. Okay, well, I'm wrapping it up, going to bed. Probably shouldn't have came down at 11:30 at night when I was tired. That was probably my first mistake. So, I'm not sure if this is resolvable. It looks more like kind of a data glitch than some sort of voltage explosion. So maybe it's like some sort of radio frequency feedback. Oh, looks good in that display for some reason. That's pretty cool though. Now what? I'm just going to stay on that screen for a bit. Okay. Well, we got snow. I'll have to see if I can solve that on another episode. So, yeah, apologize for the extra shenanigans on this one. It was a little crazy, but I'll be back for more. Maybe you will be too. Thanks for watching. Okay, I'm back down in the basement. I have some better sleep tonight. It's only about 7:30 or something, so it's not late at night, and I should be able to make less mistakes. Anyway, if I don't edit this down, or, you know, this could be one of the worst videos ever in terms of just the struggles that I've been going through, and I'm hoping to edit it down to something that's palatable, but if I don't, then I apologize, and if I get a 50 down votes, I understand. But anyway, so a couple things. I figured out the mounting issue. Why the hell is there such a big gap there? Because I'm dumb. See this bracket, spacer, display, spacer? Well, I had reference right over here. Chose not to use it, apparently. It's goes display, spacer, bracket, spacer. See how it's nice and tight to the board? You're not supposed to be able to stick your friggin' fingers in there. So, I have resolved the issue with my mounting. The next thing I have to do is figure out if I can resolve the snowy issue. And I'm going to have to do a little messing around here before I figure that one out. I may have to reformat the whole display, reinstall the software, and then reinstall the color files. So I'm going to tinker with that for a bit, but I figured I'm not ending just yet on that note. I'm not ending this video until I friggin' get this thing up and running. What a struggle it has been, but hopefully we'll get there. All right, so I've tried a bunch of things, and I was able to determine that once I disconnected the data going to the display, the fuzziness went away. So that led me to believe that it was possibly this display board. So I popped in an old school plasma display, and sure enough, that ain't going well. So I remembered that I had my old X-Files display board, which is identical, but I think this was having issues, and that's why I have it out. So I'm going to pop this in there and then see what happens. I'm really going backwards, that's for sure. Alright, I have no idea what's going to happen here. I've got X-Files display ROM in there. Let's see. Oh, look at that. I went far enough backwards that I finally figured it out. That's great. Well, it also could mean that it's this display ROM that maybe I fried. I think this display board is probably okay. You can see the display kind of doing some weird effect, but I think that might be on purpose, maybe. Anyway, I'm gonna probably get rid of the high voltage anyway. Hook up this display board with this ROM, with this display, and see where I'm at. Holy heck. Alright, so original South Park display board, my old Monopoly plasma display, my old X-Files display board with the South Park ROM and the Pin2dmd display now hooked up. I don't know if my ribbon cable's on right or not, but let's see what happens. Oh, nothing, because I've got to install the SD card with the files. One moment. Okay, I'm back. Let's try this again. Color Prism, Virtual Pinball. Okay, I think my ribbon cable's on backwards because I'm not getting any display animation. So let's do this. Probably should turn the machine off, but probably be fine. Okay. Not sure what's going on here, but I'll be back. Okay, all I did was turn the machine off and on, and I think it just didn't like me changing the ribbon cable. I think it bricked the display, actually. Anyway, finally, I figured out the issue. I shorted the 5-volt and ground together with the metal backing plate because I installed it incorrectly, and thereby blowing something on the original display board, or the South Park display board. So that means this guy's got to go into the shop, figure out what happened there. But look, fuzzy snow is gone. So now all I have to do is install the hardware properly this time, using this as a reference right there in front of me. And we should be good to go. Man, oh man, by the time this is all said and done, it's probably going to have cost me 4 hours because I'm a shenanigander and that's how things go often. So this should hopefully be the last clip before we have our mission accomplished. Okay, I think I finally have the hardware good to go. There's so many layers and standoffs and screws and posts. I gotta tell you, this is a bit of a pain in the ass, but if you ever need reference on the exact order, because see that middle standoff there, the hex post, that's longer than those hex posts over there. And then you got your non-hexed spacers. So fortunately, I had this as reference. I had to steal parts from it because I've dropped half of these parts in the playfield. I've got to go find my 4 spacers, and there's probably 1 screw and maybe 1 hex post somewhere in the playfield or in the cabinet. But that is fully assembled and should be a matter of 8 screws and 3 connectors, and we should be good to go. Alright, everything is finally installed. I just scoured the playfield and found 3 of the spacers that I originally lost, and this red thing, which may have been a makeshift spacer, so I don't know if I still have a spacer left in the machine somewhere, but if there is, it'll turn up one day. Alright, everything is put back together again. This is the final test. Here There we go. And there it is. We've got color. So if you want to spend 4 hours and bang your head off the wall a bunch, then do the same that I did. If you want to do it properly, then spend, I don't know however long this video is going to be, spend that time watching this video to avoid all the mistakes that I made, and then hopefully it'll go smoother for you
Hello there, children.
than it did for me, because
Kick the baby. Don't kick the baby.
in the end it was certainly worth it. It looks friggin' awesome. Alright, again, if you want to get your Pin2dmd,
Who of that big blood?
go to cdnpin2dmd.ca, I believe, or reach out to Dino Zorbas on Facebook. Thanks for watching. Yay, it's finally over, this video. Holy crap, it was going on forever. I'll try and edit it down. Maybe I won't. I don't know. Who knows? See you next time.